I am Khadija Fati.
Hey, I am Sister Yai.
Hi, this is X-Mile.
Hi, this is Sex.
Hello, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I am Anna Mane, a fashion designer.
I am Danny Constant.
And I'm Fanta Jamba Sise.
am.SHOW. I'm watching each and every AM. So every Gambian and every person watch the am.SHOW each and every day. Hey! Chahan kuwanda tijeng kabitol fale dak ifeleka tamako mansaki inyal ben kanchak kole ko simbe duma sabe duma fonse mutale tap konye general webo kadi amulimo yefimak victory tap at the top no fit songs them go drop dan salman go chop if I no really bones we add up skank the am.SHOW afoba mad.
Hello there, it's a very warm welcome to the AM show. We are coming to you live from our studios here on the MDI Road. This is your early morning show that sets your day in motion, bringing you the best of current affairs, entertainment, sports, and of course some exciting interviews with the people who matter. My name is Fatu Elika Muloshi, and this morning my co-host is the beautiful Khadija Bokum. Khadi?
Good morning, Muloshi, and good morning to the viewers out there. It's great to have you again in another episode of the AM show.
Right, we are going to, of course, start with the news roundup, right?
Yeah.
We begin with the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, which has signed an operational memorandum of understanding with its sister agency from the Federal Republic of Nigeria in Kololi. The cooperation agreement, penned on Wednesday, seeks to strengthen operational activities of both countries in curbing drug abuse and trafficking within the sub-region. Let's take a look at this report by Usman Mane.
The increasing number of illicit drug trafficking and abuses within the sub-region is on the increase, and the Gambia is among the targeted countries by transnational drug syndicates. To stem this illegality, concerted efforts are needed by countries to fight the menace. Thus, the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Gambia, signed a cooperation agreement with the sister agency from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. With increasing globalization, international treaties and conventions provides that state parties should collaborate and synergize activities in fighting drug and related activities within and outside their borders.
I'm highly confident that our partnership will produce a new beginning in our drug interdiction efforts by synergizing intelligence-led results-based approach. Intelligence is very critical in drug interdiction because without intelligence, there will be no target. And without target, there will be little or no serious interdiction. Understanding the pivotal role of intelligence in drug interdiction, one will entirely agree with me that our decision to forge closer cooperation with NDLEA of Nigeria is both apt and timely.
The Director General Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Gambia, Bakari Gassama, further stated that illicit drug trafficking and abuse undermines the rule of law and human rights of people. This, he said, calls for collective efforts to protect the young generation from exploitation. The chairman and CEO of the NDLEA Nigeria, retired Brigadier General Buba Mawa Mohammed, highlighted some of the benefits in the MOU.
So this collaboration will assist both countries to cooperate in areas of training, technical expertise, operations, and other areas between both of us to help our peoples against the scourge of drug abuse and the destruction caused by the drug business. The drugs, as we all know, is bad for the health, bad for the society, bad for the country.
In his solidarity message, the Minister of Interior, Yankuba J. Nsongo, described the under-resourced environment in which narcotic officers operate.
There are indications that if care is not taken, we will lose our younger generation to drugs. Drugs is the worst enemy of mankind. We must therefore be ready to confront it with vigor and power. We must invest in the fight against drugs. Anti-narcotic officers are facing very powerful and highly resourced criminal groups. The massive wealth at the disposal of these criminals is a threat to the well-being of the world. Their wealth is used to compromise systems and propel their way to achieve their objectives. This makes drug officers very vulnerable.
The Memorandum of Understanding is expected to strengthen the bilateral relations between Nigeria and the Gambia, as well as reinforces international efforts in combating drug trafficking and abuse. Usman Mane.
All right, welcome back to the AM show. We have interesting stories, yeah?
Yes, the Gambia Armed Forces, in collaboration with Turkish Technical Training Team in the Gambia, graduated 500 soldiers and officers of GAMCO 2 on Wednesday at the Military Training School or Center in Fajara. The program, coordinated by the Turkish Marif Foundation, was supported by the Turkey International Corporation for Africa, TICA. Yasin Jiba now reports.
It is the end of what has been an intensive 3 months of training on the language, a guarantee for their successful stay in Turkey. The training will accord the Gambia Armed Forces contingent to learn languages that will equip them in their preparation for a possible United Nations peacekeeping mission worldwide. The course is the first of its kind, involving 500 soldiers divided into 2 batches who are to be airlifted to Turkey for further training.
The Turkish language course is one of a series of activities undertaken by the Gambia Armed Forces High Command through the Gambia Armed Forces Training School in preparation for possible deployment of a quick reaction force to one of the United Nations peacekeeping missions worldwide.
Reporting on the course outline, the principal Turkish language instructor said an online examination was conducted by Marif Foundation in all countries in the world. They are operating to a certain standard and quality.
We did online examination conducted by our Turkish teachers from different countries where the Turkish Marif Foundation operates, to evaluate the speaking abilities of our students. Care was taken to ensure that the results obtained in this way were as transparent as possible.
His Excellency Tolga Bemak, Ambassador of Turkey to the Gambia, disclosed that such training is an opportunity to develop language skills that will further strong relations between militaries of the 2 countries.
This is not only a military training program, but also a good instrument in developing our people-to-people relations.
In his keynote address, the Deputy Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Mahmoud Ocham, congratulated the graduating soldiers for their dedication to the services of their country.
The course must have broadened your ability and proficiency beyond your ordinary knowledge to areas of learning new languages and skills of doing other things, amongst other benefits.
He said the training will strengthen the security sector reform and professionalization of the Gambia Armed Forces for the development of the Gambia. According to officials, the training will serve as a career development of the Armed Forces personnel in broadening their technical and military skills. Certificates and gifts were awarded to the outstanding personnel. For the news, this is Yasin Jiva.
And now a 4-day training for members of 6 market federations in various regions is underway in Mansakonko, Lower River region. The capacity building is organized by United Purpose with European Union support under its biofortification project dubbed Baluti Maringo. Alajimbai tells us more from Lower River region.
Training targeting 6 marketing federations across the country, as well as their apex body, the SOSOLASO, is part of the implementation of the biofortification project dubbed Baluti Maringo, a local term meaning adequate nutrition. The forum focuses mainly on building marketing skills for marketing federation members across the country, which, according to the Deputy Governor of Lower River Region, Keba Dabo, will enable federation members to compete in both national and international markets for their products amidst the impact of COVID-19.
The capacity building workshop will enlighten the members on how to comfortably fit and compete in the regional market of West Africa. I am convinced that this training will go a long way preparing the mindset of the Federation members and cooperative executives to take up the challenge in the efficient and effective management of the cooperative in a general marketing contest.
The manager of the United Purpose Biofortification Project, Manfred Bojang, said the training is aimed at addressing lack of markets and other factors affecting horticultural production in the country.
Despite the growth potential of the horticultural sector, it is constrained by several factors, including a lack of access to markets and market information services, both local and international, but also inadequate processing and marketing facilities and seasonality of production due to poor production organization, land and water management systems. We are hoping that this week's training will orient, but also together explore with the Marketing Federation members strategies on how to advocate for a shift to a more market-oriented production.
Rosie Bishop of Couple Horizon, a UK-based organization contracted to conduct the training, said the capacity building is crucial to the development of agriculture and the welfare of women farmers.
Our objectives are to develop a business mindset for vegetable production, to understand how to be successful at marketing, to better promote the strengths of the Federation, and to take ownership over the sustainability of Sosolaso. We believe that Sosolaso can play a vital role in influencing agricultural policy in the Gambia and advocating for the rights of women farmers.
The president of the Sosolaso Federation, Jimbi Sise, thanked organizers for the initiative, saying it will enable them to enhance their businesses. She added that similar past trainings have immensely improved their livelihoods. Alajimbaye, GRTS.
From there, a 4-day training for members of 6 market federations in various regions is underway in Mansakonko, Lower River region. The capacity building is organized by United Purpose with European Union support under its biofortification project dubbed Balo T. Maringo. Alhaji Mbai now reports.
Fati.
Hey, I am Sister Yad.
Hi, this is X-Mile.
Hi, this is Sex.
Hello, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I am Anamane, a fashion designer.
I am Danny Constant.
And I'm Fanta Jambasise.
am.SHOW. I'm watching each and every AM. So every Gambian and every person watch the am.SHOW each and every day. Hey! Chahan kuwandati jenka bitol fale dak ifele katamo komansaki inyal ben kanchak kole ko simbe duma sabe duma fonse mutaletap konye general webo kadi amulimo yefimak victory top of the top no fit songs dem go drop dan salman go chop if no really bones we adapt skank the am.SHOW afoba mad.
Hello.
Community policing engagement platform organized by the Gambia Police Force is meant to promote sustainable community policing as the police remain the closest law enforcement agents to the public. The Deputy Police Commissioner in the Upper River region, Alpha Colley, said 50 participants were drawn from the 7th district of the URR to partake in the training. Colley said This will help enhance community policing service and curb crimes in particular.
With community policing, you have to cement the barrier between the community and the security. One, you have to make sure that the inflow of information from the community to the security and from the security to the community is smoothly done. And when we have these things in place, definitely we will have a very good working relationship with the community. And that is why today's program is no exception, but a very, very timely one.
The UNDP has been an important partner in this undertaking, and according to Babukar Sow of the UNDP, the project has led to the development of a strategy in community policing. He therefore challenged the police command to continue the engagement.
Community policing is a very important phenomenon that we think, in the context of the Gambia, it will help, ease the work of the police and also build good working relationship with the community. Because by extension, community policing all over the world is the new phenomenon, if you like. It's a new way of policing. And UNDP found it really very relevant to partner with the police and help enforce the law, with a view to make a smooth environment, conducive environment, prevent conflict, and also enhance development.
According to Superintendent Lamin Jaite, the project is geared towards ensuring that men in uniform actively engage with their rural communities to understand their values for national development.
The ultimate aim of community policing is to ensure that quality of life of people improves on a daily basis. That is the basis behind community policing. It's about partnership. It's a proactive policing strategy. Now, Gambia Police Force, we've realized that the issue of armchair policing, that is to say, where police officers sit in their comfort zones or in their police stations waiting for crimes to be registered, is not a sustainable means of policing. The best sustainable means of policing, or the best policing style that is practiced globally, is anchored on community policing. And fundamentally, the policing style that is attached to community policing is anchored on democratic policing. That is why we had interface with members of with our own officers from Bara, Janjambure, Basse, to train community policing coordinators who are going to operationalize community policing in their respective regions.
The Alcalo of Kobakunda, Musa Jao, who also saw the significance of the community engagement, expressed delight and appreciation to the organizers.
There are problems that the community can solve, and this is just like a tree. The community is the branches of the trees, and they are the branches of the police, because the police cannot see everywhere. So this community policing, they would engage, they would work hand in gloves with the police to help them reduce the crime rates. And there are some problems that they bring to the police, which they should be solved at the community level. So they shouldn't be brought to the police, because after all, they will start to say again, we are all the same community, and it will bring a breakdown of communication within the community itself.
Police occupy a vital position in any democratic society, and their relationship with the public influence how they are perceived and supported by the public. And this engagement is one of such platforms designed to help the police carry out their duties effectively. Saidu Kamara, reporting for GRTS News from Basse, Upper River Region. The community policing.
Welcome back to the show. Well, Kedi.
Yeah, from that report there by Saidu Kamara in the Upper River region, reporting on community policing unit by the Gambia Armed Forces. We now move or begin this edition of the AM show.
Before you go there, I actually see that today, I don't know, for some reason, why are we all wearing like this today? I mean, I think yours looks brighter, but it's still the same, the same kind of color that is showing. It looks nice and bright. I like it. For some reason, I think presenters just kind of connect.
Yeah, and we're both wearing black jeans.
Yes.
So
I don't know. The other day, I and
unfortunately,
Winnie also just wore wax all of a sudden. It was not communicated. Don't think that it is communicated. It was never communicated. Because I know some of you will say that they communicated to look alike, but it was not. So this is two minds thinking alike.
Well, that's it.
Well, then what we'll do is we'll just go on a short break and be right back with some interesting conversations here on the AM show. Stay with us.
Hello, viewers. I am Khadija Fati.
Hey, I am Sister Yai.
Hi, this is X-Mild.
Hi, this is Sex.
Hello, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I am Anna Mane, a fashion designer.
I am Danny Constant.
And I'm Fanta Jambasise.
AM show, I'm watching each and every AM. So every Gambian and every person watch the AM show each and every day. Hey, chahan kuwandati jen kabitol fale dak ifele katamo komansaki inyal ben kanchak kole ko simbe duma sabe duma fonse mutale tap konye general webo kadi amulimo yefi mak victory top of the top no fit songs them go top dan salman go chop if I no really bones we adapt skank the AM show afoba mad.
Now, welcome back to the AM show. We'll begin this edition with representative, or the CEO of Point Click, a technology company founded by Malik Khan himself in 2007. Point Click is a cloud transformation company that empowers businesses by helping them leverage cloud computing data and collaboration technologies aimed at delivering valuable experiences to customers and partners through cloud computing, amongst others. Now, Point Click, in partnership with Hack Weekend, organized an initiative called Resto Hack, a hackathon with focus on restaurants and the hospitality industry in the Gambia, with the aim of re-engineering their business processes and building end-to-end solutions to strengthen value chain. Now, joining us in our studio to discuss this further is Malik Khan, Chief Executive Officer of Point Click as well. Now, we'll just begin the conversation here by welcoming Malik once again. I see that Zainab was supposed to be here, so I'm just messing that up a little because she's not here at the moment. But Malik, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Very well. Now, you being a tech savvy, break down for us when we talk about cloud, what really are we referring to?
Cloud in general terms, for if you just want to simplify it, it's basically leveraging technologies that's hosted outside of your own premises, meaning you don't have to build a lot of infrastructure to kind of take advantage of the elasticity and the security. So cloud has kind of allowed anywhere from a small company to big corporations to scale their businesses and their ideas without having to put that heavy investments. So this is what we try to help organizations leverage. That way they can get their transformation much quicker.
Nice. So how are you doing that basically?
So we have 5 data centers in the US that we operate, but we also partner with companies like Microsoft using their Azure cloud and their Microsoft 365 cloud. So these are technologies that allow companies to go to market much faster instead of having to build it out themselves. Now everything is not really geared to work in the cloud, so now we work with companies to help them build some sort of a hybrid model. Some stuff stays within your premises, the stuff that's really more easier to deploy and implement, you leverage the cloud for those services.
Right. Now, as a tech company in the Gambia, take us through some of your service models. Oh, you're smiling to that.
Yeah. So we're based in the U.S. With offices in 4 countries. So in Spain, U.S., Gambia, and in India. Our business model today is more on we manage infrastructure. So any software application out there needs hardware to run and needs security, needs constant monitoring, where we provide end-to-end services 24/7. That model has not matured in the Gambia yet. So it's a process that we are kind of going through, doing a lot of education, doing a lot of, so that business isn't really booming for us here.
Okay.
But you know, we helping with, you know, just at least gathering the facts that you need, whether you need to build something on premises here or you need to leverage the cloud services.
Nice.
All right. And also, Hackathon, we do know it's an event which is typically lasting for days, and where a large number of people actually come together, that is to engage in collaborative computer programming. Now, tell us more about this.
Yeah, hackathons are typically, you know, fun things that you do to just try to hack whatever issues that are going on, challenges. So for this one, we thought there's a lot of disconnection between the restaurants, between the merchants, the customers, the delivery companies now you have. So we were trying to create something that's more, okay, can we hack and make it a little bit more efficient?
Right.
That way it's all connected. And it was amazing because you got to see people that just want to come have fun. One, it helps you improve your skills. Most importantly, it helps you connect with others. So the networking aspect of it is just for me, it's the best thing. Just seeing these kids that are, I mean, Gambia has talent.
Really?
Yes.
So what were some of the fascinating experiments there or solutions that they brought?
Yeah, actually the one that the winning company did, or the winning team did, they, you know, people kind of get tired of installing apps. So they built a solution that leverages existing applications like WhatsApp or Telegram, which is the messaging platform, or even Facebook Messenger. So you can actually, if you already have those apps, you can just use the messaging and say, hey, I'm going to send a message to Chop Shop. I'm hungry. It'll say, these are the top 3 restaurants.
Oh, really?
I want what do you want? I want burger.
Is that part of networking, like in terms of technology?
Yeah, it's well, I mean, yeah, the underlying background is network, but it's using, you know, you hear about machine learning, you hear about artificial intelligence. So it's learning what people are doing, and then it can predict, okay, last time you ordered from Chop Shop shawarma, maybe you want to try the chicken afra or something like that. So it was very, very interesting to see that these types of solutions can be built by people in the Gambia.
And this is actually very feasible, and I think it's very unique and exceptional there in the Gambia. This is the first time I'm hearing something like this. So how are you, where do you coming now in making sure that this, you know, this solution materializes?
Yeah, so Point Click, we sponsored this event, but this time with a prize money. So the winning team got $100,000. It's not a lot, but the goal is, if it's something that they want to build further, that $2,000 can be used to, you know, start building the things that you need. We're also giving them space at our Disruptive Lab co-working space for 6 months, which is a value of $120,000. So in prize money alone, the winning team got almost $5,000 with everything, just to help them kind of make it a reality. Because most hackathons, you know, you just win a prize and then you go away. But we want to make sure that some of these things become real products that can create employment for people and expand into something much bigger.
And they were all young people, because from the post that I saw on Twitter on the Hack Weekend, I think most of them are around 18, probably not even up to 25 or 26, and that is quite interesting to see, like, most young Gambians now getting involved in terms of technology and bringing possible solutions that could ease the movement, or things that, you know, are very rare to see in the Gambia. Like you said, you want to order something from any restaurant, you just, you know, with apps like that are not in the Gambia, and not so many people are involved in terms of this sector, technology, or
just exploring the potentials that, you know, and just how we can leverage that. But I mean, so what about the others who also participated? Because yes, the winner was exceptional and did a very great job. We're looking forward to what they will come up with in this. But then what other areas were exploited?
Well, this was specifically just restaurant.
Okay.
So from delivery to the point of sale system of, you know, buying the stuff easily. But the other aspect was payments.
Okay.
You know, making it easy for payments. But payments is kind of a
That's
pain in
another
the country.
complicated area, no?
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that, you know, we should actually start exploring that area as well. Because sometimes you feel like, okay, you go to the ATM and you've already ordered.
Absolutely.
You go to the ATM and it's already disappointing you. So I think sometimes it's heartbreaking. But then going forward, what's next after this particular project? Because I know that at Point Click you're always coming up with new and innovative, you know, projects. What do we look forward to?
So with the hackathon, we started this thing called Hackathon League.
Okay.
So the goal is to have 4 a year, 3 small ones. So this one was considered small, and 1 big one where we can attract a little bit more, maybe even people outside of the Gambia to come in here and do this hackathon. So those are some of the things that we are trying to do. The next big event we're planning is called Transformational Summit, where it's more technology focused. And then we have
robots and all of those things
Yeah.
displayed in there.
Yeah.
Well,
I can visualize it. Okay, go ahead.
She's always happy about things like that, so don't mind her.
Go on, go on.
Yeah. So we're really excited. We wanted to do it last year, but because of the COVID,
Okay.
we kind of just parked it aside. But we want to make it big. It's not just going to be Gambia, but we want to make it something more West Africanish, because a lot of the big tech conferences, where do they normally happen? East Africa.
East, yeah.
And then we all have to travel there. Why can't we create something amazing here?
Yeah.
And get them to come see us out of the world. So so that's our goal.
Yeah, but
Nigeria,
talking
Ghana,
of
they are
traveling,
all beginning to explore.
there is talking of traveling. Instead of traveling to East Africa in order to attend conferences on the tech or something like that, are you in partnership with any of the ministries? Because this could be seen as a way of creating job opportunities for young Gambians to expand the market. So are you in partnership with any ministry?
In this country?
Yeah, in the Gambia, probably, because you're working on it to bring in the Gambia, even
Yeah.
though it's outside, but we have young Gambians that are now involved into this,
Right.
because the winners are Gambians, obviously. So even if Point Click or Hack Weekend do not have their doors in the Gambia, maybe other companies could come, or you could collaborate with other people in order to create more job opportunities
Absolutely.
for young Gambians in the Gambia through the tech world.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the goal that we're trying to really make it something more, that we can do together. It's a togetherness thing, where we got, other private companies that can also chip in, and also the government. The government is a bit slow, but it's a process that we are working through and just learning the system, because the system here is totally different from the systems outside.
Yeah.
So trying to learn that and get the buy-in, we kind of have to demonstrate the value first, and then we get that buy-in. So I think it's working. So I think the ministries will be supportive coming in the next few months, so we'll see.
Certainly. I mean, it's very interesting just how you're trying to shape, the whole tech world in the country, and just how, private sector can really be a bigger part of what we're looking forward to, even in terms of, materializing the National Development Plan, and just how all of you, especially those in the diaspora, can just come on board and just explore these opportunities. And like you mentioned, once you don't take the commitment, government will not open their eyes to these innovations. So it has to be shown first before they can really, in fact, believe that this is attainable. And just, going forward, what would you say is what you look forward to more in terms of government's commitment and willingness to support in the private sector, and all the expertise you bring in just expanding the dynamics and just creating, like Eddie said, more opportunities for young people especially, and rapid and robust development?
Yeah. I think in Gambia the biggest complaint is the government doesn't have capacity. That's anybody that you hear complain, they complain about that.
Yeah.
But if the government doesn't have capacity, there are private companies here that do have capacity. We actually organize an event also called Who is Who in Tech in the Diaspora, where we're connecting the technology people that are in the diaspora with the local tech people here. Because that's capacity alone. So we cannot say that the government doesn't have capacity when we have Gambians that are highly capable. So the goal is, how can we have government leverage that capacity, that maybe if they don't have to have it internally, like the government cannot try to solve everything. So the goal is trying to sell the idea of government doesn't have to solve it. We have capacity. How can we participate and help, debunk that saying of we don't have capacity, because we do.
And you're hopeful that things will change in the very short term?
Some days yes, some days no.
A little sigh there. Does that mean the situation is a bit tense at the moment?
Yeah.
Something it's not really going like you planned? Was it actually? Just be honest about it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, and this is something that I think, like people in the diaspora, a lot of the people in the diaspora are ignorant about some of the things that's going on in the Gambia. So sometimes we come with a lot of assumptions, which I'm very guilty of. So coming with a lot of assumptions, we pump, we want to do things, and then you're like, hey, slow down. This is not how things work here. So you just have to pivot a little bit, which is kind of, we're in that phase of, okay, how can we come back and approach this? So that's kind of where I'm at.
That's where you're doing right now.
So
Very
just
well.
taking it easy. I am hopeful. It is going to take time. It is going to take a long time than I anticipated.
Just disrupting as you take that slow pace.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Malik. It's always great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, that was Malik Khan, CEO of Point Click Technologies there, just taking us through the latest intervention at that company. With that, we just go on a short break and be right back. We have a lot more in store. Then go away.
I am Khadija Fati.
Hey, I am Sister Yai.
Hi, this is X-Mile.
Hi, this is Sex.
Hello, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I am Anna Mane, a fashion designer.
I am Danny Constant.
And I'm Fanta Jambasise.
am.SHOW. I'm watching each and every AM. So every Gambian and every person watch the am.SHOW each and every day. Hey! Chahan kuwandati jenka bitol fale dak ifele katama komansaki inyal ben kanchak kole ko simbe duma sabe duma fonse mutaletap konye general webo kadi amulimo yefimak victory top of the top no fit songs dem go top dan salman go chop if no really bones we adapt skank the am.SHOW afoba mad.
And well, welcome back. What we just do is we just go on to this very interesting coverage, because improving national coverage ahead of the 2021 polls, Parliament has approved $36 million to the Gambia radio and television services. But our DG will clearly join us later on to further talk about this and what the plans are. But before then, Kadi?
Yeah, before then, we now go with our weekly segment with Zainab Jain to see who she's profiling for today's.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Coffee With. I am your host Zainab Jain, and with me in the studio I have a man who is involved in many things. He goes by the name of Sering Modu Fai Cham. I'm sure many of you know him. And he's here on the platform to share with us his story and how he started. So we'll do nothing but go into the interview and find out more about Mr. Cham. Welcome to the program.
All right, thank you very much, Zainabu. I mean, it's a pleasure for me to be sitting here. As you have said, the program, based on the concept of the program, which is very important as time goes on, I think youths need to engage themselves in something else. As you said, like do not specific in something, only someone on one thing. You have to do research and see how best you can engage yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So we'll go with a short break with our sponsors, and when we return, the show continues.
Coffee With is proudly sponsored by Jar Oil Company Limited. Jar Oil Company, the Gambia's largest and leading dealer in petroleum products. Jar Oil's petroleum products are of the highest quality and the best in the country. Our unbeatable prices guarantees you a give back on every liter purchase in any of our stations conveniently located near you and in all regions of the country. Besides our petroleum products, Jar Oil offers a one-stop shop for your shopping needs. From basic commodities like rice, sugar, flour, cooking oil to the finest and affordable jar gas bottle products, and cleanest and hygienic jar water products, packaged as per health guidelines.
JA Oil Company offers these commodities in its stations for your convenience. At JA Oil, every client is a priority. We are truly yours and proud to serve you even better. And guess what? Special offer from JA available for bulk buyers. Yes, for bulk buyers and retailers of our petroleum products. JA Oil is your most reliable partner.
Welcome back. So, sitting Modify Champ, tell Coffee With, what were you engaged in before you became the president of the Gambia Residents Association?
Yeah, well, Shenabu, I mean, I have a professor, a professional by engineering, like electrical, electronic, and even transmission. I mean, this was my first career before being elected as the president of the federation. I mean, I could well remember, as we is sitting here in this building, I was part of the one that even do the electrical wiring here, because by that time I was working in Gamtel, under my bosses, which are Idi Job, Ablai Bas, and Boto. By that time, even GRTS were even located at Serekunda Exchange, Gamtel Kerava Avenue. So at times they used to come and take us to come and do some jobs here. So this is one of it, to show you that also I have a professor.
Okay.
I mean, another thing also, I worked in Gamtel for 6 years, and I have also worked in AfroShell for almost 12 to 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I got so many skills.
Nice.
Yeah, I tried so many things before, because what motivated me even to be like an engineer, because my father too was an engineer. My father is a Senegalese who was living in Senegal, but was brought here by the government in those days by PWD. He was their chief engineer working here. At the same time, I have an uncle who is called Bai Cham, who is the founder of Chairman Electrical and Electronic Installations.
Nice.
So I went to all those processes. So this is what inspired me to be an electrician, because I could fully remember when I graduated from school, I was having a mental that, look, I have to go to Europe, to America, because all my family members are residing in America, my sisters, and I believe I was the only son, and I said, look, Mom, I has already graduated and I need to go to America. I could fully remember the word that he told me. Okay, fofu su fekke pass moy taxade do fi des waye nak visa momako, which I can translate to English that if it's only for transportation, I believe you will not sleep here tonight, but the visa doesn't belong to me. So I tell him, look, but I have to go. He tell me, it's up to you. He tell me, go and learn skills which will benefit you more.
Yeah.
If chance has come for you to travel, it will be more benefitable. Right? I insisted. I said no more. In those days, I could remember, because I was the only son, I was a pet child. My mom started treating me like I thought that I'm an enemy to her.
Really?
Yeah, because he told my sister, do not ever send her a single penny. Because in those days, I could remember every month, if this one send me $100, the other month, this one will send me another $100. He tell them, do not ever send him more a penny.
Wow.
So I wait whole month, 2 months, nothing. I say, come on, look, let me go and strategize myself. So I came back to him and tell her, Mom, now I'm ready to go. He told me, now go and see whatever you want to do. He told me, your father, this was his profession. I tell him, that's what I even want to do. So he told me, okay, go and do a research for any institute that you can. So they contact my uncle. I went to my uncle, which is Chairman Technical Institute.
Yeah.
I went in those days. I even doubled up the price just to discourage her, to tell him that the school fees is too expensive.
Yeah.
So when I came back to her, she told me, okay, this is what they are at here. She told me, yes. Then no problem. We went to the bank the following morning. He'd withdraw the money. I just look at him and I said, look, I'm trying to discourage her, but she still refuses.
Yeah.
So at the end, I say I have no choice. I have to go to school.
Okay.
And when I go to school, from there, when I graduated from Chairman Technical Institute, I was sent to an attachment to BB Electrical. Because in those days, because BB Electrical in those days, they normally check the best students that have good resources in especially electronic.
Yeah.
In those days, just at the time they started bringing these traffic lights.
Okay.
So the son of the owner of the company, Benedict, was a classmate to me, and we were the best students.
Okay.
So he told me, my dad is having a company, we can go to it. So we went there. I went there for a training. I started training. I mean, there are so many things. I mean, that I passed through. And in those days, I was doing weightlifting. I was so tough. So I could fully remember the first day that I started, like this borehole at opposite Afrishal Kerava Avenue at the FIB building. They were putting in a borehole from a transformer from the main network sources, which is just near Lajikunda police post, to dig it 100 meters deep, 1 meter deep, the distance is almost, let's say, 300 meters. So there was a machine, these compression machines that they used to give me. So when I went there the first day, somebody said, hey boy, we have a jambar boy, keep on kala boy, take I want to you tell me, boy, go Kai. He asked me, come on, you have to take the drill.
Yeah.
I mean, I started holding the drill. By 7 o'clock, I'm dead.
Yeah,
I was sleeping.
You're tired.
I went to training. I said, no, come on, let me just push up. I just started pushing up. From there, we went there, and also another opportunity came to Gamtel. Okay, I have an uncle working there, so he told me, come on, you come and try your chance there. So that's what brought me into Gamtel. I mean, I served there. And also when I served there, after that, I could remember Official Opens. When Official Opens, we had the batches that went there. I could fully remember I have a boss who was also working in Gamtel called Minfal. So we are the guys that went there, Minfal, the late Vincent, and also another guy, Landing. All those people were working in Gamtel Power. So we transferred from Gamtel to Official.
Yeah.
So
you have a history of working at the the telephone communication line.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier that you were into weightlifting.
Yeah.
So I guess did that kind of somehow link you to becoming the president of the Wrestlers Association? Were you somehow involved in wrestling at any point?
Yeah, anyway, wrestling is a passion to me because I could fully remember the area where I'm living. I'm living by the society, by the Jola society, and like every summer they used to have some strangers from the village who used to come here to work. So at the end of the season, when they are preparing to go back, they used to have a ceremony which they used to organize during the daytime, and wrestling from the night time. We went to the Balfusher. So, okay, I was in there watching them, interacted with them and watching them. So one day they told me, come on. Like in Jola, they said, when they had Sembe. Sembe means somebody who has power. Hey, Sembe. So they put me into it and I tried. Yeah. And I became a best wrestler, and I could fully remember in 2001 to 2, approximately around that area, when Official organized a tournament in the beach side. Yeah. So they select me to go and compete there. And I went there and I became the champion because I could fully remember in those days you have wrestlers whom they call Esaretai, Aliu Gainde. So those are the people that I knocked down.
So what was your nickname?
That by that time, they just called me Cham.
Okay, Cham.
Yeah. So when I brought them down, I mean, I became the winner. So when I became the winner, we started shouting Cham, 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 Cham. Celebration went on. It went up to the area on my house. My mom asked me what's happened. Asked them what's happened. They told him that Cham was wrestling and he won the prize. He told them, what, wrestling? He get angry. Yeah. He told me to come on. I have to quit. Wow. So when I quit, and still is my passion. I form a club. Okay. Which they call Empire. Okay. So in those club, I have so many wrestlers whom they call Big Three. I mean Ernest Jata, Boy Bambara, and so many wrestlers that I motivate myself. Nice. And then we became a club, name it after an empire, like Empire. Okay. Like in Jola, Empire is just like the how to call it, the king. Right. Like they have a compound there which they call the Empire compound. So we name it after that compound. Nice. So this is the carrier. From there, when I stopped wrestling, I became a manager to manage the clubs. And from there, I was selected as the president of the Managers Association. I mean, actually, even though selection, I was not even there. They just say that, I mean, we want the president, and they say, come on, we select Cham. Okay. So in my absence, when I came, I asked them what happened. They tell me, we already discussed and we agreed you became the president. Okay. I tell them, no. So they tell me, no, we already choose you. So that's how I became the president of the Managers Association. From there also, I served almost for 4 years and almost 4 4 years, 8 months. Because, I mean, we're supposed to have an election. Because those who were in office by that time, I mean, we were having a tough problem with them because, I mean, lack of transparency and so many issues. So they decided that we should take them out. So that one also I traveled. On my way coming, because when they went up to National Sport Council and stuff, they said that, look, now you have to go to election or they dissolve them. So they just take a strategy. 2 days before the election, they just vote and say, 24 hours, anybody who want to contest for this position, you write your application. By that time, I was not even in town. So the managers wrote and then signed on behalf of me and then said, look, they select him as a president.
Wow.
So unfortunately, I traveled, but I was on the way coming from Dakar. When I just came up to the terminal, I just received a call. They told me that, look, this is the situation we are in, and we already challenge you, select you to be the president. I tell them, no, I can't. They tell me, no, you have to be.
Wow.
No, I tell them, no. Because in those days, as we all know, come on, I don't want to go into those details. Like, so when they say that, I tell them, no. So I have a friend of mine, whom they know that whenever he spoke to me and whatever he want, he will get it. So he told them, let me just call him. We have a strategy.
Yeah.
So he called me, the name Alaji Mbaye. He called me and tell me, Cham, look, lii moo xew nag taana nañ la. Ma ne ko non Bashir man mënuma loolu. I can't.
Yeah.
Mu ne ma non ñun gis nañ yow am nga di capacité bi pour def
and the experience.
Dëgër nga boppa mun nga ñemeñ nga. So dañ bëgg nga xeex. Suñ ko xeexee léegi 3 months. Yow ñu fi jëlee ñi 3 months nga dem election nga bàyyi. Ne ko okay loolu mun naa ko nangu.
Yeah.
So I became the warrior. I start pushing up to the end. They told them that they have to go for AGM and Congress. They refused and they were being dissolved. So when they are dissolved, I tell them, okay, now they have been dissolved. What we do, we have an opportunity now to select whomever we want. They say, no, the candidates that already been put in will go for it. After this, then they do another extraordinary Congress. So when they do that, I became no opposed. So we went for 3 months. I tell them, okay, I call them. I said, look, this was the agreement. Let's fulfill it. They tell me, the man tell me, no. We were just using that as a strategy to fool you. So you couldn't quit.
So they got what they wanted.
They get what they wanted.
Yes, but you're doing a great job because you were re-elected. But we'll talk about that later. So it'll be interesting to know about your childhood. You know, through what you've explained about your mom and, you know, being stubborn, wanting to go Europe and go to America, but they refused. You ended up being an electrician. You know, I can see already you was a stubborn child. But tell us more about that.
Yeah, actually, like, my stubbornness, both, whenever they say Cham is stubborn, like, I have a history of, I will never take, like, sorry for the word, nonsense.
Okay.
I was a troublesome. I was a very good fighter.
I can see that.
When even our teams, we were going for football, I could, Sirifo can be attested to, he knows. Because we were in the same school, at least he must know something about me. And even Sheikh, who is working here. So whenever we're going for football, okay, they will say, okay, boy, go and look for Cham. So I have to come. So I will be giving the captain, but when we go and play football, when they win us, okay, I tell them, no, the money is not going.
Saina Bujain there on some coffee with. I'm sure we'll play you the full version in the subsequent shows, or you can just keep following GRTS for the full broadcast of that particular program. Kedi?
Well, now moving on, improving national coverage ahead of the 2021 polls, Parliament has approved $36 million to the Gambia Radio and Television Services, GRTS, after a heated debate that went into the night. Well, we will take a listen to the Finance and Economic Affairs Minister, Mambrane Jai, at the National Assembly on the Supplementary Appropriation Bill for the fiscal year.
Honorable Speaker, good morning. I hereby submit for consideration and approval of the National Assembly a supplementary appropriation bill for the fiscal year 2021. The main objective of the bill is to provide additional public services including national security, election-related services, infrastructure, pandemic and disaster-related services, as well as commitments to international financial institutions. The introduction. Honorable Speaker, the legal requirements for the presentation of a supplementary appropriation bill to the National Assembly are detailed out in the 1997 Constitutions and the Public Finance Act of 2014, Section 153, subsection 1 of the 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia requires a supplementary estimate be laid before the National Assembly for approval if the amount appropriated under the Appropriation Act is insufficient or that a need has arisen for a purpose of which no amount has been appropriated by that act. Furthermore, Section 30, subsection 2 of the Public Finance Act equally requires the ministers to submit a supplementary budget to the National Assembly when substantial changes in the economic and social conditions require larger expenditures than originally and revised budget allowed, and that the supplementary budget should detail out the additional expenditure and sources of their financing. Honorable Speaker, we have also received requests for support from both the Gambia Radio and Television Services, GRTS, and the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority. In the case of GRTS, their request entails logistical support for comprehensive coverage of the upcoming presidential elections, as they intend to have a special team to cover all presidential candidates. This would require support in the form of additional vehicles and cameras. In addition, they also intend to conduct outreach programs leading to the general elections. Honorable Speaker, good morning.
Well, on this sweet melody of $36 million being given to GRTS, joining us in the studio to discuss further on this is Mr. Malik Jen, Director General of the Gambia Radio and Television Services, who will also shed light on GRTS return to satellite transmission and the opportunities therein for the members of staff. As the board and management look forward to revamping the national broadcaster, well, we are really excited about this and having the big man himself in the studio to discuss on this. Good morning, Mr. Jen. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Khadija.
Yeah.
Always great to talk to you guys. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
And the am.SHOW, it's really the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, to talk about the supplementary appropriation bill in which we received, we were allocated 36 million. Let me say that what we wanted was really much more than that. Yeah, I think our listeners will respond to learn that we actually initially requested for 110 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
110
that is what we wanted, yes.
Okay.
And then we trimmed it down to 98.
Okay.
So I mean, we'll take 36. But 36, yes, we'll manage. We'll try to manage with 36. Basically, with this 36 million, one thing we intend to do is, things we intend to do are, one, purchase more vehicles, which we need here at GRTS. We also need cameras, as the minister just said there in the National Assembly.
Yep.
We have the elections coming up, and GRTS, as a national broadcaster, will be required to cover all the candidates. Assign a camera crew, a vehicle, fuel, everything. we don't know how many candidates there will be, but that is a big challenge for GRTS at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and get some more vehicles and buy cameras, and then of course replace our transmitters. Our transmitters are in a really sorry state at the moment, unfortunately. I went on a tour of the country a few weeks ago, and what I saw in the terms of our transmitter stations was not encouraging. So we will need to replace some of our transmitters. As far as the north bank of the river is concerned, there's not a single GSTS transmitter from Kerawan, from Bara to Pasimas. Nothing on the north bank of the river. And we intend to build at least 2 new transmitter stations, at least to cover the north bank.
Wow, interesting. You mentioned that the initial amount or the initial budget was that over $100 million.
Yes.
But here you are over just 3/4 of that. So with that, the plan really, is it attainable?
Yes. What we planning to do, what we wanted with the 10 million was to replace With the 110 was to replace all our studio equipment. You know how old it is.
The prompters.
It was commissioned in 2006.
No, we only have one
15 years ago.
Yeah,
there
we need more
you
of
go.
that.
Yes, exactly. So replacing our studio transmitters, our studio equipment, both for radio and for TV. We have, for radio is Mile 7 and Basse that we want to replace. For TV, of course, the whole lot has to go if we really want to really do what we wanted to do. Yes.
And is there any reform plan as to concerns of the people? As we all know, or we will all agree that more is required to maintain broadcasting staff.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have, I think, the best of the best, actually. Among our staff. I mean, I watch some of the other TV stations and I think we are much, much better. So I really want to retain you guys. You guys need to be encouraged. So management will discuss this with the board and we will see what we need to do to keep you guys.
Yeah. I mean, that said, let's just go back a little bit to the cost of the 30 million there. And that, so you can tell us what guarantees are there to all political parties, or to cover all political parties and ensure that their access to platforms of the state broadcaster is indeed enabled. Because year in, year out, this is something that they're very much concerned about, especially when we're gearing up to elections.
Actually, we will not be covering political parties. We'll be covering presidential candidates.
Okay.
So once the nominations are done and we know how many candidates there will be, we will assign a vehicle, camera crew, and everything for each presidential candidate. So during the 2 or 3 weeks of the campaign, we will be crisscrossing the country, each candidate with a GRTS team accompanying. Yes.
Interesting. And just to clear GRTS's coverage of really political parties and just how they go about their activities. Because some time ago, someone told me that, you know, they have meetings and GRTS doesn't come to cover. And maybe it's important for them to really understand how the coverage about, you know, elections, in fact, go about.
Yeah, I think those accusations, I mean, the guys who made accusations about GRTS not covering their parties don't understand that pre-campaign, when we cover the president, we are covering the president, not the NPP. So we cover the president's activities because he's president of the republic.
Yeah.
But when the campaign begins, then there's a level playing field and every presidential candidate needs coverage and will get coverage from GRTS.
I think that was the same argument that I also put there because I had to defend at some point. But I think that's important, and that you are ensuring that when the time comes, it will be done accordingly. That's important. You want to say something?
No, it's just quickly to something. Hence, this 36 million requires for changing certain things in GRTS or getting certain materials that is making the job here difficult, or job for, let me say, producers and the reporters out there. But now let's talk about infrastructure that is for the radio and the television, because the radio is here at here, and the radio, it's down there, the TV is here rather, I mean. So sometimes people really find it hard, you know, moving from one place to another. So is there any plans of bringing this into or under the same building, instead of people traveling from one place to another? You have duties here at 2, you have to rush there at 4, or you have their duty at 4, you have to be at 8. So that movement sometimes...
That will be a major logistical operation if we were to move the equipment and the staff from Mile 7 to GRTS. So that's something we really have to think of. I know exactly what you've said. I visited RTS in Dakar, and I know they build a radio and the TV house in the same structure. So yes, that would be ideal, but it's something we really have to think of.
What we'll do at this point is we'll just go right to listen to some of the voices of the National Assembly members that supported the GRTS's budget estimates, and we'll be back here. The DJ is still with us.
We're going to give him at least, instead of 134, I about $60 million. But we can't give, I cannot approve $104 million for Ministry of Health. I don't know what's wrong with the GRTS. How can you give even $30 million on the speaker? And the GRTS was dormant for the past 50 years to upgrade the GRTS and the television service. At this period, $10 million to be given to the GRTS so they can manage that on the election.
Something ought to be done.
because we are now getting into a critical period where the Gambians should be assisted to be able to make informed choice. And the media is critical in that, particularly the public media. So they need support. I have no objections with support being given to GRTS.
Honorable Speaker, GRTS. Honorable Speaker, GRTS is a very important institution which should be really helped. And GRTS being only the state broadcaster in the country, I think this National Assembly should really look into increasing the amount which is allocated for them to get equipment so that our electorate will also listen during the election and after election. Honorable Speaker, giving them that amount, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But the issue is, the Honorable Minister for Information is here. I think he will make sure that after giving them the amount, all opposition political parties will be given equal opportunities like the political party which is in government, but then not giving them the amount, and that money, the TV or the radio will be only used by the party which is in government. I don't think that will happen if they are given this amount.
Honorable Speaker, generally, the Minister has informed us in his statement and previous statement laid before this National Assembly or provided to the members of the National Assembly that what we approved was being and still being executed. And by March 2021, 3.8 billion had been spent. He said 5% less than the previous year. He had indicated that 1 billion was spent, 51% on personal emolument. But the key other drivers would be capital expenditure and debt service. And we can see that debt service is actually increasing to 21%, whilst capital development 15%. So in reality, if we look at the recurrent budget and look at development budget, we see that in terms of development, we have major challenges. And it is because of the restructuring of the debt that had given rise to even the type of percentage that we have, the 21%. And it is very clear that we are in a state of debt distress. In fulfilling his legal mandate, statutory mandate, he had given us an assessment of the public debt stock in 2020. We will anticipate another in 2021. But he had indicated to us very clearly that we had a debt stock of $77.4 billion at the time. Must have increased by now, $1.5 billion. So essentially, we can see the danger of debt. And therefore, we put that line, that red line, that don't come to us for supplementary allocation if we are going to finance it from domestic borrowing, from increasing the debt stock. Don't come to us. Honorable Speaker, the Constitution and the Public Finance Act makes it very clear why the minister and how the minister should come to this National Assembly in terms of supplementary allocation. The Constitution says don't incur the expenditure before coming. We have to gauge whether what is provided here in terms of expenditure has already been incurred. That is the first line to be drawn in our scrutiny. If anything has been in court before coming to us, poof, that is not part of our consideration.
Well, I'm sure that 30 million we're proposing, or the minister is proposing, has not been incurred. I don't know. It's very interesting, and just considering DG, the resources of the country, and just how we go about funding our plans as a country, which is largely dependent on external aids and donor funds. And just like the NAM was saying, Honorable Halifa there, that the country is in debt distress and has been there since 2016. But then, that does not mean we don't have to improve on social spending, but how we make sure we go about that social spending. Everything being said there, does it give you any kind of hope that we will get this 30 million anytime soon?
Well, the 36 million, no, not 30.
36, okay.
The 36 million has already been approved by Parliament, and I think basically now we're just waiting for disbursement.
Okay.
I just wanted to come back to the debate that lasted until 5 a.m. Yes, until 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And to those who question why GRTS should be given 36 million, let me say this. The equipment that we have here in MDI Road was commissioned in 2006, that's 15 years ago. No TV station anywhere in the world would use equipment for 15 years. The equipment at Mile 7 was commissioned in the 1970s. So, I mean, when I went back there a few weeks ago to see the equipment, I was stunned that the equipment I left there in 1993 when I left radio was still there. So that just shows we definitely need this money. You know, the problems with our vehicles, cameras. I mean, so really, we need this equipment, we need this money, and we will do our utmost best to make best use of it. We need to replace our transmitters, as I said. You know, our transmitter stations, some of them are really very weak at the moment. And on the North Bank, as I said, let me repeat this, on the North Bank of the river, there's not a single GRTS transmitter from Barra all the way to Pasimas.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so our intention, so we're really cutting out, you're really cutting out half the country. You know, from seeing, I'm hearing us. So that is our priority.
Right. I mean, from everything that's been said, it clearly shows that a lot is expected from us, coming to, especially the fact that we're approaching the elections, and that a lot of people listen and watch GRTS during these critical national development periods. And that is to ask, how ready are we to fulfill what is expected of us, resource-wise, and in fact, capacity-wise?
As soon as we get this equipment that we wanted, I think people will see a difference. Of course, you know that programming is working on a new schedule, and we have also come up with some very good programs that are supposed to start very soon. I think people will see a difference with GRTS.
Yeah, a lot is needed in that, because in terms of program, this is what people look forward to see every single day. When you tune onto the TV, you want to see something interesting that you need to watch. So in terms of that, not just because election is fast approaching, but in terms of leisure, you know, there should be certain programs that people look up to. Oh, okay, when I tune in, this is the program that I want to watch on GRTS. It comes at this time. You know, the sustainability of programs also, it's really important. So DJ, in terms of that, are you in any way planning to revive some of these programs back into GRTS? Because by then I remember growing up, we had like so many programs, or there were so many programs on GRTS, Good Samdi, African Mix, you know, but none of these are happening right now. It's basically mostly on other programs that I can say the elderly watch more than than the youth, and now we're in a new world, obviously.
I will redirect your question to the director of programs.
Yes.
So I'm sure.
I'm sure she's watching.
Yes, she's watching, and I'm sure. I know they're working. They're in the final stages of a brand new schedule that we should be launching very soon.
Right. Before you go, DG, I mean, institutions all over the world, you know, growing because they embrace positive enforcement, meaning that they continue to reward their employees, knowing staff retention is very much important. Going forward, of course, as we're expecting nations to develop, you know, living standards increase, and therefore we have to also beef up how we make sure that our staff are pretty much provided for. Is this something that the DG is very much concerned about, and what are your plans?
Absolutely. I mean, concerned about it, yes, I am, because I know how good you guys are. As I was saying, you're the best of the best. So really, I really want to retain staff. People have potential. They have initiative, and I just want to throw back that question that you asked to Director of HR, Abubakar Dabo, and to the Board of Directors.
What would be your final message to the Gambians and just everybody who is just looking up to GRTS for this upcoming election?
Yes, GRTS is a national broadcaster, and we intend to play our role as much as possible. We will do our best to make sure people are not disappointed.
Very well.
Thank you.
I'm sure we will do our best. We are all here and we'll do exactly that. And make sure you look forward to all the interesting and new programs we have coming up for you. Take my word for it.
And maybe to DG might, there might be an increment of 200% probably.
Oh, who knows? Oh my goodness. So that I can go on vacation.
Exactly. We need some
DG just had that I said I wanted to go on vacation.
Okay, 200%.
Increment,
I'm the DG, but I work with a host of directors.
Exactly.
So that question goes to the acting director of finance, Jamuso.
Jamo, beware, okay? We need an increment of 200% so we can go on vacation, relax and come back and deliver to the best of our potential.
Jamo, I'm coming to your office right after this show. But DJ, thank you so much for honoring the invitation, and we are definitely hopeful that we're off for the best. With that, we'll just take a short break and be right back. Stay with us.
I am Khadija Fati.
Hey, I am Sister Yai.
Hi, this is X-Smile.
Hi, this is Sex.
Hello, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I am Anna Mane, a fashion designer.
I am Danny Constant.
And I'm Fanta Jambasise.
am.SHOW. I'm watching each and every AM. So every Gambian and every person watch the am.SHOW each and every day. Hey, chahan kuwanda ti jenka bitol fale dak. Ifele katamo ko mansaki inyal ben kanchak kole ko simbe duma sabe duma fonse mutaletap konye general webo kadi amulimo yefimak victory top of the top no fit songs them go drop dan salman go chop if I no really bones we add up skank direct am.SHOW afoba mad.
I am Khadija Fati.
Hey, I am Sister Yai.
Hi, this is X-Smile.
Hi, this is Sex.
Hello, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I am Anna Mane, a fashion designer.
I am Danny Constant.
And I'm Fanta Jambasise.
am.SHOW. I'm watching each and every AM. So every Gambian and every person watch the am.SHOW each and every day. Hey, chahan kuwanda ti jenka bitol fale dak. Ifele katamo ko mansaki inyal ben kanchak kole ko simbe duma sabe duma fonse mutaletap konye general webo kadi amulimo yefimak victory top of the top no fit songs them go drop dan salman go chop if I no really bones we add up skank direct am.SHOW afoba mad.
Khadija Fati.
Hey, I am Sister Yaya.
Hi, this is X-Mile.
Hi, this is Sex.
Hello, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I am Anna Mane, a fashion designer.
I am Danny Constant.
And I'm Fanta Jamba Sise.
am.SHOW, I'm watching each and every AM. So every Gambian and every person watch the am.SHOW each and every day. Hey, chahan kuwandati jenka bitol fale dak. Ifele katamo komansaki inyal ben kanchak kole ko simbe duma sabe duma fonse mutaletap konye general webo kadi amulimo yefimak victory top of the top no fit songs dem go top dan salman go chop if no really bones we adapt skank the am.SHOW afoba mad.
Well, welcome back to the AM show. We're really having a good time here today on the program.
Yeah.
But Khadija, we move on to some other serious issues,
yes,
right?
Still ahead for you on the AM show. It's a sad story of a young man who, until his current situation, was very active and has a great passion for football. Amadou Tamba, a resident of Fajikunda, is a 28-year-old Gambian who also does tailoring at his leisure time. Amadou's footballing career has been cut short when he was involved in a car accident that led to the amputation of his hands, a situation that has left his family, friends and loved ones in great shock. Amadou's home team members, Talindin United, are expected to organize a charity match to be held at the buffer zone on Saturday to raise funds for him. Well, this is quite a sad story there. But before we have a chat with Amadou's friends on how this accident came about, we will just take a look at this short video by Lamin Fadera, and we will be right back.
My name is Lamin Fadera and I work for Afri Radio. Well, it could be recalled Amadou Tamba was involved in a car accident on the 25th of July 2021 on his way coming from Fonyi to Kombo. And he was severely injured and his hand was severely damaged and it was amputated. Well, Talindin United Football Club, their current players and the ex-players are calling for everyone to join the crusade for a charity match that they organize at the buffer zone on Saturday, the 7th of August 2021, 4 p.m. sharp. We are calling all and sundry to join us, raise funds for Amadou Tamba, who is commonly called Enyama, some call him Tapalapa, who is currently on the sickbed at the hospital in Banjul. Well, we are also made to understand that there are people going around collecting money on behalf of Amadou Tamba, and they are not delivering the money to the family, neither to the account that was opened for Amadou. Well, the youth in Talindin opened an account for anyone who wants to solicit or help Amadou Tamba. Well, you are highly welcome. The account number, if you are in the diaspora and you want to contribute, you can send the money to 202-1623-891590. 202-1623-891590. Well, we are calling on people that are going about and collecting money to stop the fraudulent act. Join us at the buffer zone at 4 p.m. sharp, the charity match between Talindin United Football Club and the ex-players who are preparing to help Amadou to get on his feet as soon as possible. And this charity match will be very much important. Whatever you have, please help us raise funds for Amadou Tamba.
Well, now joining us in the studio are friends of Amadou Tamba and teammates in the persons of Alassane Sane and Umar Mane. Good morning to you, gentlemen, and welcome to the AM show.
Okay, good morning to you all, and thanks for having us today on this show. That's the AM show.
Great, you're welcome.
Assalamu alaikum. Ma nuyu ku nekk sa tur sa santa. Ma nuyu GRTS tamit welcome be ñu welcome ni kuru yobu Amadou Liam to another level. Ñu ngi leen gërëm di leen sant.
All right. Now, this is indeed a very, very sad situation for not just Amadou, but his friends and family. So tell us, how did this accident happen?
Okay. I will allow Alassana to buttress on that because he is the living witness as he speaks right now. When the accident was happening, he was sitting beside Ahmad. So I think he will be in a better position to narrate the story how it happened.
Yes, go ahead please.
Okay, accident bi mu ngi happen on Sunday. Fekk ñun doon jógee si dëkk ñoom Amadou Sintet. So dañu ñëw benn dëkk bi ka bombu la tudda diggante ka bombu ak Pirang. Tali bi dafa wiras so foofu lañ doon ñëw. So ñu koof ñu dajee benn moto taxi bagage la mu doon ñëw so dañ benn ak doole so mënut a contrôle waat baar
nga yokk sa voice bi tuuti rek.
ok dañ benn ak doole den mënut a contrôle baar bi waat so moto bi noonu la lefenee ba daanu so ñun loolu lañ si jot a fàttaliku the next thing bi ñu dem ñu fekk Amadou Brikama si hospital bi.
Oh, so yi ñaata nit yéen a fa nekkoon.
ñun 5 la woon including moom moo doon dawal man maa ngi si kanam ak ñetti boy si gannaaw suñ xarit leen ñoo ànda.
ñeneen ñi lan moo leen jot.
non ñooñu yëpp kenn ki moo si burusu waaye ñeneen ñi jotuñoo gaañu dañ am pain nii rek waaw.
so right now Amadou situation am bi naka la mel si hospital mu ngi lopitaan bi ba tey wala.
waaw mu ngi si lopitaan bi léegi nii emergency la nekk bi léegi loxo bi génnee nañ ko su mu fa bi léegi waaye sant yàlla léegi mu ngi tane nanka.
See, right be wala left? Which
left loho bila wa.
I mean, very unfortunate that. But then let me just come back to the next one here, and just to tell us, take us through the life of Amadou really, and what his situation is like at the moment.
Okay, Amadou is a close friend of us. He is our childhood friend. We went to Dara together. We do a lot of things together. Amadou is very friendly. He is jovial, he is honest, he is open. His father died some couple of months ago, so he left behind Amadou and the younger brother and the mom. So Amadou being the breadwinner of the family, struggling to put food on the table. As you rightly mentioned in his biography, he do tailoring, he do goalkeeping, and also he do driving. He got this taxi, this opportunity not long more than 3 months ago. So this is an opportunity
the same
for him.
Taxi that got the accident.
Yeah, the same taxi. So he got this taxi from a friend, a close friend, who he met at the gym. He's a Sarahule man, so he gave him, when he explained his condition to him, that tailoring sometimes it works, but it's seasonal. So I need maybe a taxi whereby I can make ends meet on daily basis. So the friend, agreed and gave him the taxi. So he got his license maybe 6 months ago. Amadou, like I said, is so close to us. The dad passed away, 6 months, I can say 6 months ago. So at this moment, he is the breadwinner of the family, and the younger brother is very young. The mom is a single parent. So we as a friend, we realized that Amadou's mother cannot do this alone. He need a friend. That's us. When this incident happened, we have a WhatsApp group. We join hands together, make an initiation that let's try a GoFund for Amadou, and try something for him so that Amadou can be useful in the society. For instance, my case, I can walk with one hand, but the type of job that Amadou normally do requires 2 hands. Like tailoring, football, and driving. Now with one hand, it's going to be very, very difficult for Amadou to live with one hand. If at all Amadou was born with one hand, or he got this accident at an early age, we can understand. But at this moment, life with one hand is going to be very difficult for Amadou. If we think about this, sometimes we cry, definitely. So for that being the case, we deem it necessary to come and create this GoFund for Amadou. We organized some series of charity games for Amadou at the Buva zone. That was last week Sunday, and in the morning and also in the afternoon. So let me stop there.
So far, how is the fundraising going?
The fundraising is going smoothly. People are turning out. The turnout is very good. The atmosphere is conducive. A lot of people promise us they will try to give a helping hand, because what Amadou needs at this moment is support.
Yeah.
The only thing he needs is support. So the fundraising is going as expected. Last week we organized a fundraising for him. That's the charity gym between his loved ones. Training players where they are Latrikunda, Fajikunda. I can say the Greater Banjul as well. So, but this coming week also, we are planning to organize another charity gym for him, which will be training ex-players and training current active players. Yes, those are the two people who are going to participate.
Okay.
And we are expecting more charity games that will be played for Amadou. Fajikunda also, they said they will organize a charity game in Brikama, because he once played for an Everton team in Brikama. Those people also said they will also organize a charity game for Amadou. Yeah.
Well, before we come to your friend who witnessed the accident, let's talk about Amadou's family, because obviously he's the breadwinner, and this must be really hard for the family right now on coping with this situation, knowing that Amadou wasn't born with this accident just happened, and that will be really hard for him to bring himself back to society or to help again the family. Obviously he needs support, but how is the family coping with this situation right now as we speak?
Okay, when the family, we all heard about the news, I can say we were the first people to arrive at the hospital. By then the mom was not even aware of the accident. So by then he was there with Alassana, who accompanied him at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. So when I heard the news, we were frightened that it was an accident. But initially we thought that it was just a minor accident, because we heard that he is the only one who sustained injury, and it was a fracture. So we thought that it was a minor fracture. But when we arrived at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, Amadou was alighted from the vehicle in our presence. But when we saw Amadou with his hand being wrapped with a bandage and blood, he was bleeding, and the bleeding was so profound. So we said to ourselves, this is not a minor injury. Then before the family members even arrived at the scene, we were the friends, we were the first people to arrive at the scene. So, but this is a sad story. Your father died less than a year ago. You are he left only two of you behind with your mother. When you hear the news, definitely it's not going to be a welcoming news. But the only thing they can do to put everything in the hands of Allah, because what fate has decided, no amount of cry can stop that. So the only thing that Amadou needs at this moment is prayers. And I want to thank the mom. The mom is very brave. Since she heard about the news, the first day she saw Amadou, she cried. But apart from that, anybody who came to the hospital to see Amadou, when people are crying, he's normally the one who normally console them. This is what Allah has decided. So we cannot stop this. Maybe this is going to be the best for Amadou. So, the mom is really brave, and the friends also are trying all they could to make sure that Amadou.
The fact that the friends see the need to just come together and just, come up with something for Amadou, knowing very well that he was a productive member of the society, just shows really how the sense of community is very much important in everything we do. And then just, Omar, maybe you would like to remind us once again the number to contact, because we just heard from the video that, there are some people going about asking for the funds on behalf of Amadou, when actually they want it for their own personal use. So just so you give out the right number and who to contact.
Okay. We have an ongoing account, because what the video showed here is true. We have people who are going around to claim that they know Amadou. There is a culprit that we even apprehended on Monday. Because when we heard about this news, the audio, he was trying to convince people that even Amadou's phone was in his custody. So he's a brother to Amadou. So when we heard about this news, we were shocked, we were sad, we were also disappointed. So on that note, we tried to trace the individual, and luckily we were able to get him, because we pretend as if we want to donate Amadou, then
he would come to you.
Yeah,
obviously.
He will come to us. Then we met with him at Westfield. I was not there, but according to the narration from my friends, they met with him at Westfield, so that to deliver the money to him, pretending as if they want to donate Amadou. Then there he was apprehended and was taken to the hospital. By then, Alassana here was with Amadou. Then Alassana asked the boy, "Do you know Amadou?" He said, "No." If you see Amadou, will you recognize him? He said, "No." Then Amadou was sleeping. Then they woke Amadou up. Then the boy was there. They told him, "This is Amadou, and this is his current situation." Why are you collecting money from people for your personal gain?
Did you take the money collected from him?
At this point, he confessed that he did not collect any money from people.
Okay.
Because we my friends pretend as if they want to donate Amadou. So that's the time they lay hands on him. And one of Amadou's brother is a prison officer. Then they handcuff him, take him to the hospital. Then he started crying and said, he's a footballer. Let them not, tarnish his image.
Okay.
He even sympathized Amadou. He bought a shoe for Amadou, and some football jerseys is in the vehicle. He left them in the vehicle. Alassana told him, "How can you bought a shoe for somebody that you don't even know? You don't even know the size. Do you know his size?" He said, "No." So by then Amadou was sleeping. Amadou told him, "Me, I have forgiven you. You can go because right now I'm feeling pain." This happened just recently.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So it's good that the person has been caught and that you're sending a message that people cannot go about doing something like that. And I'm sure this is not the only first case that you will see people are actually doing GoFundMe or trying to support, and other people are out there doing something else. But yes, just remind us the numbers again and the person to contact.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, and then maybe Alassana, pour tamit nga wax lang yo tamit right now lan nga nek di feel situation bi ni ak lan nga am pour wax nit ñi pour ñu gëna mëna jappa ci mbir bi.
Waaw man luma bëgga wax mo nek Amadou ci condition bu mu nek ni so démé ba ci l'hôpital mi soko timé sa yaram fokk mu daw parce que ko xamné dafa juddu ak ñaari loxo mu dem be mag ni jog ben bes rek fekk gisulo sa ben loxo bi dafa metti torop so man ma fa nekona Amadou man santa yalla keñ gañu ma ci comme métit la am ci biir ni rek waye santa yalla mu ngi tane bu baax
alhamdulillah
so boy bi ku nekk di jël xaliss ci Amadou man bako laaje ndax dafa am ci ñoo jël xaliss mu ne dédit so ci la ko ne yow communauté wax li dula gom parce que jël nga jëlulo ñun xamuñ waye am nga ñoo xamne dañ la dé call so ci la Amadou mu wax ak Amadou waye mu doon joy Amadou yirem ko mu ne ko ne bayalen ko mu dem génné len handcuff bi ci loxo mu dem waaye Amadou magam officiel la xam nga mu ne moom dina jël affaire si su ma bàyyee ko su si la ma ne jëndal na Amadou daala ak yére ma ne ko naka ngay jëndalee nit koo xam ne mosuloo ko gis daala wala yére so mu nekk di jooy so from there man si lopitaan mi lañ ma bàyyi so gaay dem ak boy bi so from there xaw ma fu gaay mujjee nag
wow. Right. The good thing is that that's sorted. But yes, Omar, remind us the numbers here.
Okay, the telephone number to contact Amadou if you want to help him is 30503993. That's the telephone number, 30503993.
And who is this person?
It's called Yaya Toure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well.
And the account number is also here.
Yeah, you can say the account number.
Okay. The account number is 20216238915990. Let me repeat it again. 20216238915990.
Which
that's GT, right?
GT Bank.
Okay,
yeah, GT.
Excellent. If we had that earlier, we would have just put the number on the screen. But obviously, this is going and it's streamed live, so you can just go over that and listen and get the numbers. But thank you so much, Omar and Alassane. Thank you for what you're doing for your friend.
Omar,
Okay. The other thing that I want to urge the general public is that at this moment, Amadou is seriously going through serious pain. What we plan for Amadou, the account that we created at this moment, which is ongoing, we want to help Amadou if he is discharged from the hospital. We don't want to see Amadou begging on the street. Because we know our friend is a fighter, and we know how he hustled to make ends meet. We want him to continue like that. We don't want Amadou to become a liability in the society. So after this, we will sit with Amadou's parents, that is the mother, Amadou himself, and his friend, to see what best can we do for Amadou, so that he can reintegrate in the society quickly. And the other thing is that I'm urging the general public, if you can help Amadou, please come forward. Even, at this moment, Amadou needs an overseas treatment. If you can go for an overseas treatment whereby they can at least fix an artificial hand for him, so that will reduce the stigma around Amadou. Because, it's not easy. You're not born with a hard with one hand. At this moment, seeing yourself with, with one hand. Though at least, maybe right now the stress has been reduced, because all the time you do go there and counsel him and talk to him, because this is not the end of the life.
Right.
So, but I'm urging the general public, if they can help Amadou so that he can have an artificial hand
Very
to use this stigma around
Thank you so much for that as well, Omar. Well, thank you all. And we definitely hope that you would, of course, do and contribute the little you can just to make sure that he's able to gain his life back. May not be as normal as it used to be, but of course, like he said, can enable him go about his business and continue doing what he does for his family.
And thank you so much for coming, and we wish that you and the family members will be able to cope with the situation and obviously get the help that you need.
Very well.
Yes.
Now, the Gambia's sprint sensation, Gina Bass, has missed out in the final of the women's 200-meter race after finishing fourth on Monday's semi-final. This marks the end of the Gambia's participation in the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games. Well, as am.SHOW reports, despite missing out a medal, Team Gambia still can be proud of their achievements on the world's biggest sporting event, with Gina having 2 semi-final appearances on her belt. Let's take a look at that and be right back.
Fraser Price in...
The Gambia's participation in the Tokyo Olympic Games has come to an end after the country's top sprinter Gina Bass missed out on a place in the women's 200 meters final. Gina produced a terrific run to finish second in heat 7 with a timing of 22.74 seconds to book her place in the semi-finals. Being her favorite event, cruising into the 200-meter semis wasn't a surprise for many, but the Gambian found the going tougher when she lined up against some of the best, including Jamaica's Ellen Thompson-Herah, who is just fresh from winning Olympic gold in the women's 100 meters, and she wheeled away from the rest to finish first, with Gina settling for the 4th position with a timing of 22.67 seconds, which wasn't enough to earn her a spot in the final. It marked an end to a remarkable performance from Team Gambia in the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Despite missing out on a podium finish, Gina's double semi-final appearance in both the 100 and 200 meters, together with the performances of sprinter Ibrahima Kamara, swimmer Ibrahima Sori Boaro, and judoka Fai Alex Njai, are something to be proud of for Team Gambia. am.SHOW.
Welcome back to the AM show. am.SHOW there on Gina Bass. Well, we're so proud of Gina and everything she's done at the Olympic Games. And I'm pretty sure this is not, in fact, she's just beginning, because clearly the next ones will be better as she brings us a medal, no?
Obviously.
Right, so we'll just move on to the French segment, because Ramataba is already here with us to take us through what's been happening briefly in French. Bonjour, Ramata.
Bonjour, Moulouchi. Bonjour, Hadijatou.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour à toutes et à tous sur votre chaîne leader, la GRTS, avec votre segment en français que je vous propose de suivre. L'Agence de l'enforcement de la loi de la drogue locale a signé une compréhension de mémorandum d'opérationnel avec sa sœur agence de la République fédérale de Nigeria. La coopération a rédigé un accord le mercredi passé et cherche à renforcer des activités opérationnelles des deux pays pour freiner l'abus de la drogue et le trafic dans la sous-région. Toujours, nous continuons sur les forces de l'armée gambienne en collaboration avec l'équipe de formation de technique de Turquie. 500 militaires et officiels de Gamkoy 2 ont obtenu un diplôme le mercredi passé à l'Institut de formation de militaires à Fadiara. Le programme a été coordonné par la Fondation Marif de Turquie et a été soutenu sous la coopération internationale de Turcs pour TICA de l'Afrique. Enfin, nous terminons par une formation de 4 jours par 6 membres de fédérations de marché de diverses régions au niveau du pays et encore dans la région inférieure du fleuve de Mansakonko. Le renforcement des capacités est organisé par un objectif uni sous l'Union européenne, Balut Maringo. Merci, c'était tout pour votre segment en français. Au revoir, à la semaine prochaine. Merci Moulouchi, merci Adjatou.
Very well, Ramata. Merci beaucoup. À la semaine prochaine.
Merci.
You want to do some French?
No, not today actually.
Well, I'm just going to wait for Masilia to come and comment on your French, just like she did on mine. But we try. Ramata, thank you so much once
Ramata
again.
is always commenting on my French.
On everyone's French.
Yeah.
But then, well, it is World Breastfeeding Week, which is commemorated from 1st to 7th August. It's a week here in the Gambia as well. It's been commemorated as such. What we'll do is we'll just briefly go into benefits of breastfeeding. It's never too early to start thinking about how you're going to feed your baby, but you do not have to make up your mind until your baby is born. Some of the benefits of breastfeeding are: your breast milk is perfectly designed for your baby. Breast milk protects your baby from infections and diseases. Breastfeeding provides health benefits for you. Breast milk is available for your baby whenever your baby needs it. Breastfeeding can build a strong emotional bond between you and your baby. Formula milk does not provide the same protection from illness and does not give you any health benefits. Health benefits of breastfeeding for your baby. Breastfeeding has long-term benefits for your baby, lasting right into childhood, or adulthood rather. Any amount of breast milk has a positive effect. The longer you breastfeed, the longer the protection lasts and the greater the benefits. Breastfeeding can help to reduce your baby's risk of infections with fewer visits to hospitals as well.
And also sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, obesity, cardiovascular disease in adulthood. Some studies have also found that breastfeeding for at least 6 months may reduce your baby's chance of getting childhood leukemia. But for more research is needed into this. Given nothing but breast milk is recommended for about first 6 months, 26 weeks of your baby's life. After that, giving your baby breast milk alongside solid foods for as long as you and your baby want will help them grow and develop healthy. Now, breast milk adapts as your baby grows to meet her baby's changing needs. Health benefits of breastfeeding for you. Breastfeeding and making breast milk also has healthy benefits for you. The more you breastfeed, the greater the benefit. Breastfeeding lowers your risk of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, osteoporosis, weak bones, cardiovascular disease.
Very well, then there you have it, and I hope that mothers, especially young mothers, can really take into account these few points there. But then, our producer does not forget giving you tips in the morning to help you begin your day, right?
Yeah.
If you find yourself constantly worrying, an anxious mind is truly distressing. The good news is there are simple things you can do to calm your thought. If you want to achieve peace of mind and inner calm, try these few simple and powerful ways. Let's go.
And listen to music. Studies have found that relaxing music can help kids with ADHD to be calmer and focused. But it doesn't matter what genre of music you want to listen to, as long as you enjoy it and it makes you feel relaxed. Music is food for the soul and as an instant way to gain peace of mind.
2. Deep breathing. When you focus on your breathing, your mind's attention is drawn to the life-enhancing process of drawing in air and exhaling. Take 5 long deep breaths and focus on your lungs and diaphragm as you do this. This is a quick and easy way to instantly feel calm.
And go for a walk. Getting out in the fresh air can do you a world of good and promote peace of mind. Take a break and get the blood pumping, especially when the sun is shining. Too much concentrate is never a good thing. Spending time in nature can actually make you feel younger and happier. Spend time away from the city, listen to birds singing, and enjoy the peace and tranquility.
5. Play with a pet. Having a pet to play with is a great way to distress. Touch is a powerful sense and can ease tension and promote peace of mind.
Declutter. Have regular clear outs. Clutter can add to feelings of tension, and a clean, clear home allows a clear and more peaceful mind.
7. Acceptance. Acceptance is crucial for peace of mind. Accepting that there are few guarantees in the world and learning to tolerate uncertainty is a huge leap in the peace of mind stakes. Differentiate between what you can and cannot control.
And mindfulness, which is number 8. When we are mindful, we are fully present in the moment and acutely aware of 5 senses: touch, taste, sight, hearing, and smell. Engage your senses. This leaves less time for your mind to worry and think about what if.
Self-love. The more we like ourselves, the greater our peace of mind. We accept ourselves more and feel at ease in the world. No matter what situation we find ourselves in, we experience less insecurity. As a result, our inner peace is heightened.
And finally, to number 10, be true to yourself. Okay, be true to yourself. This is another vital component of peace of mind. When we practice, we have behaved similarly to the way we feel and think. When the way we see ourselves and the way we see others, the world see us, it's basically in the same way. We are practicing congruency. Problems arise when we see ourselves one way, for example, as a loving mother, but behave in ways that are odd with how we would like to see ourselves. That is, for example, neglect our children because we are too busy. Finding ways to keep your inner ideals and the way we behave similar is one of the keys to peace of mind.
11 is sense of humor. Laugh a lot. The world is instantly a better place when you can see the funny side of life. Laughter is a great antidote for stress and releases hormones that help us relax.
Well, love unconditionally. When you don't expect anything back, it makes it easier to love without fear. When we love without conditions attached, our unmet expectations can create inner turmoil and feelings of resentment. Insecurities destroy the peace of mind.
Go for regular health checks. It pays to keep checks on your health and look after yourself. Letting ourselves go can indicate a lack of self-respect, and this in turn will affect the way we see the world and the way others interact with us. Be kind to yourself and make the most of what you have.
And take a stock. Every now and then, it is a good idea to check whether you are happy with the quality of your life. Do you like your job? Your relationship? Are you on the right track? Make adjustments if necessary, to restore inner calm.
And the last one for today will be have goals. This ties in with number 14. Goals keep us going in the right direction and give us a sense of purpose. Make your goals very smart. Are your goals smart?
Obviously, and don't take yourself too serious.
Do not take it too seriously. Like, don't take anything in this world very seriously. Go through stuff, talk over it.
Life is not that serious.
Yeah.
Be happy, be productive, and just relax. Get the peace of mind, and everything will be in place.
We'll go on a short break and be right back. Stay with us.
Hey, I am Sister Yai.
Hi, this is X-Mild.
Hi, this is Sex.
Hello, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I am Anna Mane, a fashion designer.
I am Danny Constant.
And I'm Fanta Jambasise.
am.SHOW. I'm watching each and every AM. So every Gambian and every person watch the am.SHOW each and every day. Hey, chahan kuwanda tijeng kabitol fale dak. Ifeleka tamoko mansaki inyal ben kanchak kole ko simbe duma sabe duma fonse mutaletap konye general webo kadi amuli.
All right, welcome back to the AM show. We're almost at the end of it. And of course, Kadi.
Well, that does it for today, Muloshi, but to the people who made this day possible.
Kadi has not drunk her tea this morning, really. But what we'll do is, we just say special thanks to the MCR crew. We have Aliu Jameda, Muhammad Jata, Alaji Silla, Aliu Kasama, Fatoumata Jala as well. King George is supervising the whole thing here. It's been myself, Fatu Elika Muloshi.
And Khadija Bokum. Well, hopefully I get a good lunch. Hence, I did not have a good breakfast.
We're going to get the breakfast at the kiosk there at the MDI road.
Oh yeah, we'll be there.
And special thanks to our producer Fatu Jan Mbai and our camera operator here, Mustafa Diba. He's been handling
and to us
all three
twinning.
cameras. Yes. To us twinning, yeah. Mustafa has been handling all three cameras, I wanted to say here. Yeah. But yes, thank you to another day of twinning. Enjoy the rest of our programs.
Do have a nice day.